on long 42.50, and Chicago time 5:21 a.m. It's just gone midday 21 here in France, and the reason for getting long now, got a little bit of a setup kind of going on here after yesterday's run up. We've kind of sold off into cyclical support on the 4500 tip bar chart. If we go down to the 1500 tip bar chart, we've just made a pullback to end of trend sequence. Kind of some bullish divergence patterns in here, but a whole bunch of blue professional bars kind of come in. First of all, into this low at 1140, we kind of retest a whole bunch of blue professional bars kind of coming in here. And then on the 500 tip bar chart, you can see that first kind of leg down to 1140 was an end of trend warning signal here. Exhaustion, selling, bullish divergence kind of coming in, and we've just been bouncing backwards and forwards. Kind of initially raced away a little bit, amateur bars, Rambo patterns kind of up here, and then came back in. More exhaustion selling, more bullish divergence here at 1140. So we're in this little bit of a channel here and looking for effectively a double bottom here coming in. So hopefully we've got the kind of cyclical energy on our side now on the 4500 tip bar chart and the 1500 tip bar chart after this end of trend. So it's kind of going my way. Actually putting on a 4-point target on this, just because we've got a lot of volatility in the market. Usually kind of pre the US session, I put on 3-point targets, but because the volatility has been high, I've got a 4-point target on this. So along 42.50, let's see what happens. Yeah, a fair few minutes later, we're up at 44s. Just had a blue professional bar kind of coming on the 500 tip bar chart. A little one here on the 15 as well. And just think that's kind of jumping the creek a little bit, kind of getting going here. I'm just looking for 46.50, which is just kind of up here. It's kind of well within this range up to about 48. So it's just, relative to the volatility, it's a pretty small trade, but just hoping that's going to push on through and just get taken out in due course on this trade. There we go, just out of 46.50. It's just popped to 47. Nice little trade. Only a few minutes in it really. I'm just looking at this as a kind of cyclical swing on 1500 tip bar chart. Looks like it's going to go quite a little bit further, but it's a nice kind of first trade of the day. It's a good little setup, so thought it was worth taking. Long 42.50 out 46.50. So we just had exhaustion buying here at 47.50 on the 500 tip bar chart. So might start to slow down a little bit, but that was a nice one. And off to lunch, a French lunch, and looking forward to that. So and then the open kind of later on this afternoon. That'll be good. And so back from lunch, a few minutes before the open. Interesting to see how the market went. So just to recap on this trade, this is where I went long at 42.50, and the market went to almost 60. So it was almost like a 15+ point move. And took out 4 on the way, but on the way up we'd now had exhaustion buying. We came into a cyclical resistance up here on 15, blew through it, and then had bearish divergence here, and we're testing back up. Very weak buying here, so let's see what today holds, but this is not looking good. Anyway, so it's nice to be back in France. Lunch was fantastic. Anyway, see what happens after the open. 54.75. And not particularly good entry. Just wondering what we're doing at the moment. Just had cyclical turn down on the 1500 tip bar chart. Really should have got in after these blue professional bars, but I was just wondering if we were going to hold, just because we had flush signals on 500 tip bar chart when we kind of came down here. We've kind of overshot cyclical resistance on the 4500 tip bar chart, but we've had exhaustion buying, bearish divergent signals, Rambo patterns up into the highs here, testing back up, blue professional bars, so seemingly kind of rolling over after yesterday's kind of strong close. So the thing I don't like about this is we've got kind of bottoming flush patterns on the 500 tip bar chart. It's not kind of right there. Okay, a minute later we're kind of dropping through support. It's just kind of support, resistance, support, really kind of quick turn on the 1500 tip bar chart. The last blue professional bars were kind of selling these kind of highs up here, so nothing's coming yet, although on the 500 tip bar chart we've got these flush signals here, but we're below cyclical support, so you'd have thought this has got to run for a pullback to downtrend kind of move. So just looking for 50.75 to be out, so starting to move down there. Now kind of coming back below cyclical resistance on the 4500 tip bar chart, but it's not kind of crashing, it's kind of slow going, but keeping going down. So another blue professional bar kind of coming in at 53s. So still holding short. Go out for 4 at 50.75. That's nice. There's a whole bunch of blue professional bars kind of coming on the 500 tip bar chart. So starting to bounce around there, and blue professional bars coming on the 45. It's got a cyclical turn here as well, so it's kind of interesting. So it's a nice one. Out for 4, and I had a 4 kind of pre-open. So just gonna wait and see. I'm not convinced directionally where we're going to go. We've had this kind of blow-off move after yesterday. Seemingly we're kind of turning around, but I wouldn't be surprised if we held and tested back up. But anyway, so just going to sit back. It's only 8:41 AM, and just watch another blue professional bar coming on the 4500 tip bar chart. Just going to sit back and just take my time and look at it. A few minutes later, I missed a nice trade. This support on 4500 held, and when we have an end of trend lining up with a cyclical turn in the higher time frame, they're usually good. And that was the end of trend signal on the lower time frame, just that low. All these kind of flush signals kind of come in, finally held, burst to the upside. So it's kept on running. I mean, it's a 10-point move here in 10 minutes or so. But we'll run out of steam at some point. Blue professional bars kind of coming in at the highs here, so let's see if we set up for a short after this. Kind of annoyed that I didn't jump on board any of this. There was an opportunity to get long here, bounced off resistance, becomes support right there. Never mind. Short 59.75, and a little bit of trying to catch a top here. We've been into 1160s about 5 times since yesterday. So that was yesterday, 2, 3, 4, 5 times now. We're kind of above resistance on 1500 tip bar chart, but kind of had our exhaustion buying volume, a whole bunch of time frames, bearish divergence setting in, cyclical turn here. All these blue professional bars kind of come in, so there's somewhere to turn around after this move. It's the right place, unless I'm just wrong on this and it just kind of keeps on going. So a whole bunch of exhaustion buying. Really should be waiting for a more kind of dramatic kind of move down a signal in, rather than just getting in straight on the end of trend. But anyway, so let's see. Short 59.75. No, out of my stop. Well, serves me right. It's trying to catch a top there. Should have known at this point here. Blue professional bars kind of come in at cyclical support, and we break the highs of those bars. So I should have been out in the 61s. Just been stupid waiting for that one. So looks like we're going to have to test these highs a hell of a lot more before kind of reversing, if we are going to reverse. Anyway, live and learn. It's gone short 65.50. Not a particularly good entry, but trying this one again. Oh, that's interesting. Quick jump down. So another end of trend signal on 500 tip bar chart after exhaustion buying and so on. Last one was down here where I tried to get short, and we're coming to exhaustion selling, so that looks like a rush for the doors. And we've had all these kind of flush signals after exhaustion buying on 1500 tip bar chart, so I'm definitely trying to catch a top here, but I'm just looking for a move down to the pullback and an uptrend support on the 1500 tip bar chart. So amateur up bar here, just need the lows of that to be taken out. Come back down to 65, please. Woohoo! Yeah, just poor entry and should be waiting for more of this kind of activity here with amateur up bar. Just almost like a confirmation. So short 65.50. Okay, going in my favour now. We just had support coming on the 500 tip bar chart plus bullish divergence after exhaustion selling. So a bit risky, but no blue professional bars yet on the 1500 tip bar chart. So just hoping for a little bit of a collapse through 64, and when we get this cyclical turn, that'll be the place to get out. I expect the blue professional bar to kind of come in. So here we go. Let's get through 64. That was just a professional up bar there, and then we broke the lows of that. So hopefully they were just taking profits, kind of heading back down. Got this kind of due, so just waiting for the right spot, a Rambo pattern into 64. So being led by the amateurs, maybe not to get greedy here, just to take a little bit and get out, but still holding short. That at 63 even. 42.5. And the reason for getting out there, blue professional bars kind of came in as we kind of broke to new lows. Blue professional down bar on 1500 tip bar chart. We got this cyclical support kind of coming on the 1500 tip bar chart. So looking for a pullback and an uptrend kind of reversal entry. But happy with that because I'm trading against the trend here. So that's for another 2.5. So I've got back some of that 4-point loss on the stop. 64 even. Don't think that's a particularly good kind of entry, but pullback in an uptrend 1500 tip bar chart after this blue professional kind of down bar getting in here. So we could easily see another kind of push down. That's just an amateur up bar. Could see another kind of push down to be sure, but anyway, so let's get into this, see if we'll kind of retest the highs and maybe put in a high for the day. Not sure. Breaking up good 64.50s. It's just a minute later and this would have been a better entry, so rather than chase it here, wait for the pullback. Being led by the amateurs, so the first kind of move being led by the amateurs and then the retrace. Amateurs kind of getting short here around 63. Coming up to cyclical turn here, it's almost like a double bottom on 15. Bullish divergence, so it's very weak selling at the moment. So I think it will turn around, but if we see another blue professional bar kind of step in here as we get our cyclical turn, that would have been a much better entry than sitting through a little bit of heat on this trade. Okay, we just come into a little bit of resistance at 66, cyclical resistance on 500 tip bar chart, but looks like we're going to push through now. Need a final kind of blow off move. 68 is the target, 68 was the previous high. Kind of it's about the right place if it kind of gets quite that far. So just hoping for a final push, blue professional bars to come in again at the highs here. Rambo pattern here. Not so good. Still got a little bit of time to run on this pullback to end of trend on 15, so come on, we need to get this thing going. We tested down pretty deep there into 63. Seemingly kind of got away with it, coming back up, but we're coming into cyclical resistance here on the 1500 tip bar chart. This amateur down bar on the 45s, this whole kind of move being led by the amateurs. Just need a final push. It's unusual to see kind of just a straight line in terms of bearish divergence. We'd like to see a final kind of blow off move with more kind of extreme, kind of middling buying volume on the 4500 tip bar chart. So it's hopefully this is people kind of getting short too early, going back up and just have an explosive. If it breaks above this 66 level, it will get explosive for a bit, and hopefully the professionals will use 66 to 68 to get out. 63.25 just doesn't look right. Looks like there's our end of trend just gone off on the 1500 tip bar chart. No, it's an amateur down bar, but just not worth it. So let's see if we can get onto a short trade. 62.25. So let's see if we get a break below support here. Gonna make a little bit of that back. Here we go. Good. Blue professional bars kind of coming on the 500 tip bar chart, but that could just be falling through the ice. So we've got all this swing to go from excellent from this end of trend signal kind of all the way down. Bit of panicking right now. Let's keep holding. A signal exit kind of come in here. Blue professional bar exhaustion selling at cyclical support. Just hoping for a little bit of a push down again. 58.25 is the target, so it's not too far away where we'd see some kind of bullish divergence on the 500 tip bar charts. We kind of test back down, so fingers crossed we'll break to new lows here and go for it. 5 4 2. And the reason for getting out there, just bullish divergence kind of came in on the 500 tip bar chart. We've got all these blue professional bars on 15 kind of come in, so could see us doing it, going to 58s, but you know, all of a sudden, you know, it's a little bit of a turnaround in terms of risk. So yeah, we're up at 61s, so we could easily just kind of blast back up to 62, and that will be worth nothing to me. So that's all right. So another 2. Starting to overtrade now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. So, but let's just wait and see. A minute later, the target did get hit. We kind of had this final push down, pull back to end of trend, hit the target. Flush signal kind of came in. That would have been good to get that extra 2. But anyway, it's just not my nature to do that. Let's see if there's a reversal entry now lining up. 59.50. So let's see if we do get a reversal here. We've had end of trend on the 500 tip bar chart with, you know, exhaustion selling, bullish divergence, and a flush pattern, and that's coinciding with cyclical support coming in on the 4500 tip bar chart, and on 1500, here we go. We just kind of push past cyclical support, exhaustion selling, bullish divergence signal here. So let's see if we get a runner to the upside. It's long 59.50. Okay, we just kind of burst out of that consolidation, but as we burst out, it was a Rambo pattern kind of heading up. So we might kind of come back a little bit after that. But the target's not all that far away at 63.5, and yeah, being led by the amateurs here. So we see a blue professional bar kind of come in as we retrace and then break above the high of that. That would be good. Okay, starting to break out of this range. A couple of blue professional bars kind of coming in at 63. Target's at 63.50. Cyclical resistance is due here, but all I need is a little kind of a push past, final kind of explosive run, and that'll be nice. So fingers crossed. Okay, we just come into resistance on 1500 tip bar chart, but I'm at a down bar here, so still holding, just hoping for another kind of pop up. I'm just inches away from 63.50. That's all I need. Just a final kind of rush for the break. So fingers crossed. Bingo. Just taken out 63.50 for another 4. Excellent. Happy about that. And it's a pullback to end of trend. So on the 500 tip bar chart, pullback to end of trend, blue professional bar, blue professional up bar on 1500 tip bar chart. I think it's probably going to go up and test, yeah, this kind of area because we've got cyclical support here. But that's me done for the day, definitely. So another 4 puts me at 1175 for the day after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades. One of those was pre-open, so kind of 6 trades during the day. Certainly felt like a little bit of over trading. There's that end of trend just coming on the 500 tip bar chart. So yeah, good to be out and good to be back trading again.